Can you believe this? Just 1 minute before intimacy, if you do something very simple, you can regain that firmness you had in your 20s. And this is not some old wives' tale, okay? This is a method that has been scientifically proven, and even doctors around the world were surprised by the results. You don't need to rely on those expensive pills or supplements that you've been trying all this while. Starting from today, you can do this easily at home. But here's the thing, many men don't know about this and they keep suffering in silence. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 methods that will dramatically change your intimate life. And let me tell you, the 5th method I'm going to introduce at the end, that one is the real game changer. Everyone who tries it is shocked by how fast it works. So please watch until the end and experience this amazing transformation for yourself. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Michelle Ong. I've been practicing medicine here in Singapore for more than 25 years now, and I've helped thousands of men just like you overcome their intimate challenges. Today, I want to talk to you about something that many of my patients at my clinic in Novena have asked me about, something that affects so many men, but nobody wants to discuss openly. You see, a man's ability to perform is not determined just in that moment itself. What matters most is what state your body and mind are in right before intimacy. If your blood flow is sluggish, if your nerves are tense, if your hormones are all out of balance, then no matter how much stimulation you receive, you won't achieve the firmness you want. In 2023, the American Urological Association published a groundbreaking study. They found that by preparing your body and mind just 1 minute before intimacy, the success rate can increase by approximately 4 times. Can you imagine that? 4 times. This research was conducted on men aged 50 and above. They were asked to do simple preparations like deep breathing, muscle exercises, and visual stimulation. Compared to the group that did nothing, the prepared group showed significantly higher success rates. But don't misunderstand me, okay? This doesn't require any special medical equipment or expensive treatments. Anyone can do this at home in just 1 minute. So why is preparation so important? It's because erection is a phenomenon that depends on 4 elements working together: blood circulation, nerves, hormones, and mental state. When these 4 elements are balanced and aligned, that's when you can achieve maximum firmness. But the problem is, modern men are living in such a stressful environment. Here in Singapore especially, we work so hard, always on our phones, always thinking about work. Our brains and bodies are constantly in a tense state. Even right before intimacy, you might be thinking about that presentation tomorrow, or worrying about your CPF contributions, or stressed about the COE prices. Your breathing becomes shallow because of anxiety, you lose confidence, and your mood drops. All these negative factors pile up together. This is what reduces blood flow to your private area and weakens your performance. Furthermore, as we age, our blood vessels become less flexible. After 40, blood vessel elasticity decreases by about 30%. This was published by the American Cardiovascular Research Institute in 2022. So even if you're sexually aroused, if your body and mind are not prepared, you won't get the satisfying firmness you want. That's why the 5 preparation methods I'm about to share with you are so crucial. This is not just about getting in the mood. This is scientifically backed physical preparation, like warming up before exercise. And the amazing thing is, the effects can appear in just 1 minute. Multiple studies have confirmed this. Deep breathing can instantly regulate your autonomic nervous system and increase blood flow. Why? Visual stimulation can rapidly boost dopamine secretion and maximize sexual arousal. Muscle exercises can open up the blood vessels around your private area and quickly pump blood there. If you practice these methods, you can regain your firmness through your own effort without relying on medication. You don't have to think, I'm old already, cannot help it lah. Your body is still capable. With the right preparation, even at 60 or 70 years old, you can still enjoy a satisfying intimate life. As I've explained, that 1 minute right before intimacy is your winning moment. From the next section onwards, I'll introduce the specific methods to you. If you also want to regain your confidence and performance through your own effort, please type "I'll try this" in the comments below. Your words will encourage other viewers too, and it makes me very happy to see your commitment. And if you want to learn more health information for men like this, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next video. I'll continue supporting your healthy life journey together. Now let me share with you a super simple deep breathing technique that can change your blood flow in just 30 seconds. So here we go with the first method. It's deep breathing. You might be thinking, that's it, But honestly, don't underestimate deep breathing. According to the latest medical research, just 30 seconds of deep breathing can remarkably improve the blood flow needed for erection. In 2021, a research team from Harvard University published a paper. They studied men aged 50 and above who performed deep breathing for 30 seconds before intimacy. The results show that blood oxygen levels increased by about 15% and blood flow during erection increased by an average of 25%. Just 30 seconds and you get this much change. Quite shock, right? So why is deep breathing so effective? It's because of two functions: autonomic nervous system regulation and oxygen supply. Let me explain the autonomic nervous system first. Erection happens more easily when you're in a relaxed state, when your parasympathetic nervous system is dominant. But many men, when it comes to intimacy, they start worrying. What if I cannot perform? What if I cannot get hard? So paise. This anxiety and tension activates your sympathetic nervous system, which causes your blood vessels to constrict. As a result, not enough blood flows to your private area. Deep breathing can instantly release this tension and activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Just 3 rounds of abdominal breathing and your brain and body relax, your blood vessels loosen up, and blood flow improves. The other important thing is oxygen supply. Erection requires a large amount of oxygen, but if your usual breathing is shallow, you're not taking in enough oxygen. By increasing the oxygen concentration in your blood through deep breathing, fresh oxygen reaches the blood vessels in your private area, allowing for stronger firmness. So how do you actually do this? Here are the practical steps for deep breathing 1 minute before intimacy. First, sit in a chair or stand with your back straight. Second, breathe in deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Third, focus on expanding your belly as you inhale. Fourth, hold your breath for 3 seconds. Fifth, exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Sixth, repeat this 3 times. That's about 30 seconds total. That's all there is to it. You can do it quietly without anyone noticing, so you can practice it even in front of your partner without any awkwardness. Let me share a real example with you. Mr. Tan Ako, 68 years old, one of my patients from Bedok. He told me that before this, he would become so tense that he couldn't respond at all. But after incorporating deep breathing, he felt calmer and could focus better on intimacy. He even said his stamina improved compared to before. The important point here is that anyone can do deep breathing easily. It's not a special exercise and you don't need any training equipment. Even if you only have 1 minute to prepare, you can get immediate effects. Deep breathing also has other benefits. For example, it suppresses the secretion of cortisol, the stress hormone, and stabilizes your heart rate. This helps remove tension and anxiety during intimacy, leading to more satisfying performance. In other words, deep breathing is easy, quick, and highly effective. It's the perfect preparation method that anyone can do. If you've ever experienced not being able to achieve satisfactory firmness due to tension or anxiety, please try this starting today. Of course, this alone will have significant effects, but when combined with the next method, your performance will improve even more. Next, I'll introduce visual stimulation to enhance sexual arousal from the brain. Once your body and mind are relaxed from deep breathing, the next step is to flip the switch that heightens sexual arousal. You see, the human brain is designed to dramatically increase sexual arousal through visual stimulation. From a neuroscience perspective, visual stimulation causes the brain to secrete dopamine, the pleasure hormone, which rapidly heightens sexual arousal. In 2020, a neuroscience research team from Cambridge University in the UK published a paper. They found that the moment a man sees sexual images or photos of his partner, the reward center in the brain activates and erection response begins within just a few seconds. This means that to speed up your response, stimulating through visuals is the most effective method. But here's the important thing: what kind of visual stimulation should you use? Extreme videos or excessive content might temporarily increase arousal, but they can actually exhaust your nerves and reduce your ability to perform. So what I recommend is visual stimulation related to your partner. For example, looking at photos of your partner's smile, photos from trips you took together, or imagining your partner in an attractive way. This kind of visual stimulation that combines both love and sexual attraction creates the most natural and sustainable arousal. Remembering past successful experiences or happy moments together is also effective. Just doing that causes your brain to release oxytocin, the love hormone, allowing you to relax while your sexual arousal increases. Also, at a certain age, a sense of realistic comfort connects to sexual confidence, the positive feeling that with this person, everything will be okay. We can enjoy ourselves naturally affects your body's response. Let me share another patient's experience. Mr. Raymond Lim, 68 years old from Tampine. He used to get so nervous before intimacy that he often couldn't get an erection. But when he started looking at photos of his wife's smile while thinking, let's enjoy it today, his mind became calm and he could respond naturally. He told me it's much more calming than watching those explicit videos, and I feel better too. The key point when incorporating visual stimulation is to look at these images 1 to 2 minutes before intimacy. By secreting arousal hormones in your brain right before when you actually begin, you're already in a ready state. Here are the practical steps for visual stimulation 1 minute before intimacy. First, look at photos of your partner on your phone or in an album. Second, recall happy memories of dates or trips together. Third, if possible, play some music to enhance the emotional mood. This action suffices to flip the sexual switch in your body that has been prepared through deep breathing. You could say your mind and body are now in a prepared state. Of course, if your partner is right there with you, just looking at her directly is enough. Thinking naturally, wow, she looks beautiful today, or I love this smile, will cause your brain to respond. The important thing is not to do this out of obligation, but to practice with a spirit of enjoyment. This significantly increases the secretion of dopamine and oxytocin, which has been proven psychologically. So preparation before intimacy is needed not just for the body, but for the mind too. Once this visual stimulation is complete, it's time for the step that directly awakens your body. Next, I'll introduce the pelvic floor muscle exercise that activates the muscles around your private area and enhances firmness in just 1 minute. After your brain has been sexually awakened through visual stimulation, the next stage is preparing your body itself. What becomes important here is the pelvic floor muscle. This muscle is directly connected to the firmness and endurance of your erection. It's essentially the engines of your performance. According to research conducted by Oxford University in 2019, strengthening the pelvic floor muscles improve men's erection firmness by an average of about 40%. Especially for older men, this muscle tends to weaken easily, and the decrease in muscle strength leads to weaker firmness and shorter endurance. So where exactly is the pelvic floor muscle? It's the muscle group that supports the area from below your pubic bone to around your anus. It's involved in all male functions, including urination, erection, and ejaculation. When this muscle works properly, it can firmly hold the blood that's been sent to your private area and maintain firmness. Why does it weaken with age? The causes include years of desk work, lack of exercise, and poor posture. Especially if you're living a sedentary lifestyle, always sitting at the hawker center or in front of the TV, this muscle is hardly used and gradually becomes weaker. But the good news is, this is a muscle that can be retrained even now. In fact, many people feel obvious effects after just 2 to 3 weeks of giving it just 1 minute of stimulation per day. Let me teach you the actual training method. Practical steps for pelvic floor muscle exercise about 1 minute. First, sit in a chair or stand with your back straight. Second, squeeze your anus as if you're holding in wind and put strength into the base of your private area. Third, hold for 5 seconds. Fourth, slowly release the tension. Repeat this 10 times, which takes about 1 minute. The trick is to focus only on the area around your private parts and anus without tensing your thighs or buttocks. At first, it might be difficult to locate the muscle, but as you repeat it, you'll get the feeling. You can also do this during daily life whenever you remember. For example, while waiting at the traffic light at Orchard Road, while on the MRT, while brushing your teeth, even 1 minute at a time. If you accumulate it, you'll definitely get stronger. Mr. David Ng, 65 years old, one of my patients from Jurong, had been troubled because his erections were weak and would fade halfway through. But after continuing this training for just 1 minute every day, he told me he could now maintain firmness until the end during intimacy. He said at first I was skeptical lah, but from around the second week, I could feel the response changing. Actually, pelvic floor muscle training is recommended even among urologists as a natural way to improve erection ability. Since you can improve using your own body without relying on medication, there are no side effects and you can continue safely. Furthermore, when your pelvic floor muscles become stronger, ejaculation control becomes easier too, improving the quality of your intimate life overall. Training this muscle is essential, not just for improving firmness, but for regaining confidence as a man. Of course, you won't see dramatic changes in just one day, but if you do this exercise for just 1 minute before intimacy, it switches on your muscles, making a big difference in the firmness that follows. The preparation to hold blood flow and support your private area is complete. So far, we've improved blood flow with deep breathing, enhanced arousal with visual stimulation, and prepared to maintain firmness with muscle exercises. Next, I'll talk in detail about positive mindset to bring your mental state to its best condition. Once your body is prepared, the next important thing is preparing your mind. You see, no matter how good your blood flow and muscles are, if your brain is in a negative state, your performance will significantly decrease. Tension, anxiety, embarrassment, past failure experiences. These are all elements that put the brakes on your erection. According to research conducted by Stanford University in 2022, just having positive emotions activates the reward center in the brain related to erection, improving response speed to sexual stimulation by about 30%. In other words, just thinking is okay, let's enjoy this, it'll work out, makes your body respond more naturally. But in reality, many men think, what if I fail, or what if I can't get hard, so malu. They can't concentrate on intimacy. This anxiety overstimulates the sympathetic nervous system, constricts blood vessels, and as a result, not enough blood reaches your private area. That's why you need to consciously create a positive mindset before intimacy. This isn't difficult at all. Simple self-suggestion or saying positive words to yourself is enough. Here are the steps for positive self-suggestion before intimacy. But first, while taking deep breaths in front of a mirror, say, I'm okay today 3 times. Second, tell yourself, enjoying is the most important thing. Third, remember past experiences when things went well and regain your confidence. By doing this, your brain secretes happiness hormones like serotonin and oxytocin, creating an ideal state where you're relaxed yet sexually aroused. Furthermore, in psychology, there's something called the priming effect. It's been proven that just having positive words or images beforehand causes your subsequent actions and responses to change positively. So just thinking, I can definitely enjoy this before intimacy makes it more likely that the actual result will be exactly that. Let me share another real example. Mr. William Goh, 72 years old from Toa Payoh, used to always remember past failures before intimacy and had lost his confidence. But after he started telling himself, today I'll enjoy, I just need to do what I can, he felt lighter and could respond more smoothly than before. He told me, I never thought just changing my thinking could change my body so much. Also, light laughter with your partner before intimacy, joking around together, these kinds of communication are effective in enhancing positive emotions. Smiles and laughter create a sense of security and loosen the tension in your brain. One thing to be careful about is not to seek perfection. The more you think I absolutely must succeed, the stronger the tension becomes, and paradoxically, you're more likely to fail. What's important is enjoying yourselves, being comfortable with each other. That feeling will maximize your performance. So, relax with deep breathing, heighten sexual arousal with visual stimulation, maintain blood flow with muscles, and finally tune your mind to a positive state. Your body will be in its best condition. Now, both your mind and body are prepared. But there's still one final finishing touch. That's heat therapy, which instantly opens the blood vessels around your private area and rapidly increases firmness. Next, I'll introduce an ultra-simple heat therapy technique you can do in just 1 minute. This is the final step that shocks everyone with its immediate effect. Once your mind and body are prepared, let's work on the final finishing touch. That's heat therapy, warming the area around your private parts to instantly open blood vessels and explosively increase blood flow. By doing this step, the blood flow, muscles, and mental state you've prepared will be maximized, according to research published by the Japanese Urological Association in 2018. Warming the area around your private parts for just 40 seconds increased blood vessel dilation rate by about 40%. In other words, just by warming without relying on medication or supplements, blood flow increases and firmness significantly improves. Why does just warming have such a powerful effect? It's because blood vessels that were constricted due to cold or tension loosen up instantly with heat. When blood vessels open, that much more blood flows into your private area, achieving strong firmness in a short time. So how should you warm it? Here are the practical steps for heat therapy right before intimacy, about 1 minute. First, soak a clean towel in warm water and wring it lightly, or you can use a heat pack. Second, apply it from the base of your private area to your lower abdomen. Third, gently warm for 40 seconds to 1 minute. Fourth, after warming, lightly wipe off and move immediately to intimacy. That's all there is to it. Including preparation time is a simple method that takes less than 2 minutes. At home, I recommend using warm water or a hot towel, but when traveling or in sudden situations, you can be creative. Lightly apply warm air from a hairdryer or put a hot pack over your clothes. You can practice anywhere with a bit of ingenuity. Mr. Richard Koh, 69 years old from Ang Mo Kio, one of my patients who tried this method, told me my lower abdomen that always felt cold became warm and my response improved amazingly. He said, I had been worried about firmness, but just warming made such a difference. And he was moved by its immediate effect. Furthermore, heat therapy has another benefit. It creates a sense of security. Warmth brings a relaxation effect to the brain and further softens tension and anxiety. In other words, you get both blood flow improvement and mental stability. It's a 2-for-1 benefit. A few cautions though: don't use water that's too hot. Don't warm for too long. 1 minute is enough. When outside, be mindful of your surroundings. If you follow these 3 points, you can do it safely and effectively. Also, for those of you who tend to feel cold easily or during our rare cold spells in Singapore, it's important to be conscious of not letting your lower body get cold normally. If you keep it warm regularly, the heat therapy before intimacy becomes even more effective. In this way, heat therapy is something you can do right now. Anyone can do it easily, and it has immediate effects. It's the ultimate finishing method that fulfills all 3 conditions. Now let me summarize all 5 methods I've shared with you today. First, 30 seconds of deep breathing to regulate your autonomic nervous system and increase blood flow. Second, visual stimulation using photos of your partner to boost dopamine. Third, 1 minute of pelvic floor muscle exercise to maintain blood flow. Fourth, positive self-suggestion to put your mind in its best state. Fifth, heat therapy to open blood vessels and maximize firmness. If you combine all 5 of these, you can achieve the best condition in just about 5 minutes total. And you can do all of this at home without relying on any medication. Remember, your body is still capable no matter your age. With the right preparation, you can enjoy a satisfying, intimate life even at 60 or 70. I've been a doctor in Singapore for over 25 years, and I've seen so many men regain their confidence with these simple methods. You don't have to give up. The key is in preparation. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And remember to type, I'll try this in the comments. Your commitment encourages others too. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a healthy and happy life ahead. Take care, everyone.